gentlemen, I'm going to review FaceFacts skincare. FaceFacts skincare is a British skincare brand that has started to become available here in the Scandinavian region around base, and the two main factors that caught my attention about the brand is that they have fragrance-free skincare and different types of skincare products for various skin issues, and that their products are stupidly affordable, which we're going to get into. The skincare system we're going to take a look at from FaceFacts is their Ceramide Skin Barrier Complex. Let's not waste any more time and let's begin. Let's look at the various products in this skincare system that FaceFacts offers, but before we do that, let's look at the prices. These products are insanely affordable, so let's look at the price points. The Ceramide Hydrating Gentle Cleanser in both a 200 ml and 400 ml bottle will set you back £4.49 or £5.99. The Ceramide Repairing Serum Cream will set you back £3.99. The Ceramide Replenishing Eye Cream will set you back £3.49. The Ceramide Moisturising Gel Cream will set you back £3.99. And lastly, the Ceramide Soothing Sheet Mask will only set you back £2.49 per mask. I found some of these products even cheaper locally because, as I mentioned, the main factor that caught my attention about FaceFacts is that their products are insanely cheap, and not only that, they were on discount when I found them. So I think their price points are pretty insane. Let's talk about the application process and how the products actually felt on my skin while dabbling into the ingredients once in a while. I must say that all of these products impressed me a lot because for the price points, I was super skeptical about how the products might feel on my skin, but I need to say that none of these products caused any irritation, itching, harsh reactions at all. They were all super pleasant to use. The face wash foams a lot, so if your skin is very dry and super sensitive, I think you should be slightly careful whenever using this face wash because it might dry out your skin even more. But for me personally and in my experience, it wasn't an issue at all. I think it was super nice to use and it didn't dry out my skin overly much. I just felt a clean sensation after using this product, and my face overall feeling very clean and gotten rid of any form of grease and dirt away from my skin. The serum as well was super pleasant and overall a pleasure to use. It was so soft, super fast absorbing, and generally a very good serum, especially for the price as previously mentioned. The eye cream as well was also super impressed with. It got absorbed fairly quickly by the skin under and around my eyes, which I thought was super nice. I was scared that the product here would take a long time to absorb and was possibly way too creamy and way too heavy, but I think it was just fine. It's not the best eye cream that I've ever used, but I think for the price it was also super nice to use. But let's talk about the moisturizer. I think it was alright to use. I think that it hydrated my skin very well, but the one thing that I dislike about this moisturizer here is that it takes a fairly long time to get absorbed by the skin. I think it's very thick for a moisturizer that's meant to be used both in the daytime and in the nighttime, but I think it's a justifiable moisturizer to use in the evening because typically in the evening you want a slightly thicker moisturizer because you're going to have it on your skin throughout the night whenever your skin barrier repairs itself. But I think as a day cream it might be slightly too thick for some, and I think that if you don't like heavy moisturizers that take slightly long time to get absorbed by your skin, I don't think that this moisturizer would be ideal to use in the daytime. So I think that you should find yourself another moisturizer perhaps if you don't want to use this slightly thick moisturizer in the daytime. But other than that, I think it is a fairly decent moisturizer. It protects the skin barrier, it provides moisture, and I think it's an overall decent product, but it's not going to be perfect for everyone. And the final product from this line from FaceFacts is going to be the Soothing Sheet Mask. I think that this sheet mask was actually super surprising as well. I was so happy to see that their sheet mask also was fragrance free, because all of these sheet masks I don't like using them most of the time because the majority of them on the market are filled with filler ingredients and a lot of fragrance and overall a lot of irritants that give you somewhat of a luxurious feel if you don't know a lot of things about skincare. But this was super soothing, relaxing, and fun to use with great ingredients as well that can be found in the other products that give a lot of moisture, a lot of protection. And overall, I found this to be an incredibly nice product to use, especially in the night time whenever I wanted to treat myself with slightly more moisture on my skin in order to have great protection for my skin barrier throughout the night. So I think that the soothing sheet mask is a nice touch to the skincare system that FaceFacts have made here. Now let's look at the ingredients. I took a look at all 5 ingredients lists for the 5 products here, and the things that I want to point out here, not necessarily bad ingredients because I couldn't really find any, but something I think you should be wary about and perhaps research yourself. The ingredient that I found in 3 products out of the 5, and that is Paraffinum liquidum, which is a mineral oil. Based off what I understand is that mineral oils are not really bad oils, but there are some misconceptions, some misinformation, myths, and overall talk about if this is a good or bad ingredient. I was mainly skeptical about the ingredient because of its first name, which is Paraffinum, which I thought meant anything with parfum or fragrance, but that doesn't seem to be the case. But overall, ingredients wise, I don't see any red flags. So gentlemen, I'm going to talk about my final opinion and rating about the FaceFacts Ceramide skincare system, and I'm going to do that in a pros and cons type of way. The pros of this skincare system is that the products are soft and soothing. I really liked applying all of the products onto my skin. I didn't find them to be harsh or irritating at all. I think it was a pleasure to use the products here from this line of skincare products from FaceFacts. They are insanely affordable. This skincare system that I show off in this video was around $16 in total, which I think is a steal for a full skincare system. They're vegan and they have what I look for the most in skincare products. They are all fragrance free, which I think is a huge plus, especially for the price point here. But the cons of these products and this skincare system: 1, it doesn't have any option of SPF. None of the products have SPF in it. The moisturizer doesn't have it. They don't have a facial sunscreen available. There is no trace found of any sun protecting factor at all, so you will most definitely need to find a facial sunscreen from elsewhere and from another brand, which I think is a shame. Another thing was about the moisturizer that I previously mentioned. It takes a fairly long time to actually get absorbed by my skin, which I think could be an issue for some, and I think it was slightly annoying. I needed to rub in the moisturizer a little more than I should with the other products, which I think was slightly annoying and could be something that the brand could improve on in terms of the formula and actually how the product can be applied. And the last thing, I think that for some people these products overall could feel slightly heavy on skin. I think that even though the serum was a pleasure to use, I think that it felt slightly heavy on my skin. The same with the moisturizer, it is slightly more a heavy moisturizer, so if you use it throughout the day it might feel slightly heavier on skin than it might do in the evening, because that's where you actually want a heavier moisturizer on your face. But that is a minor issue. So overall, based on the pros and cons, I will give FaceFacts Ceramide Skin Barrier Complex Skincare System a 9 out of 10 minutes improvement rating. The most important changes I would love to see here is a SPF factor somewhere, if it is in the moisturizer or a completely new product, and that the moisturizer would have been tweaked slightly in order for it to be slightly faster absorbed by the skin. But other than that, I think that these products price wise are insanely well made, very good formulas here, and for the price again I think you should give them a try. These are insanely good products that I think you should check out, especially because they're also fragrance free, which is a huge plus. Gentlemen, what do you think? Have you heard about FaceFacts before? Have you tried their products? Have you heard of them? Have you considered trying them? Or is this your first time hearing about the brand, and are you impressed or not based on the things that I said in this review? And comment down below. I would love to see your comments down there with your opinions and thoughts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the Men's Improvement YouTube channel for more videos about fragrances, grooming, style, fashion, skincare, fitness, watches, everything that will make you gentlemen, the best possible versions of yourselves. The last few things I want to ask you, gentlemen, is to smile more because it's free, and I want you to watch these two videos right here. This one here below is going to be my latest upload, whereas this one up here is going to be a video that the YouTube algorithm thinks you will enjoy.